Meeting come to order. Dr. Burstall.
Good evening, board members and community, family, students, and employees. Welcome to the last regular board meeting of the 2016-17 school year. I'd like to ask Janice Hernandez to please give our invocation to lead us to the pledge of allegiance.
Lord, we are meeting today to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez.
All right, this time of year, it's a real scary thing we're going to do right now, but we're going to turn over to Dr. Burstall.
We do the oath first.
Yes, sir. I'm wrong, and I should say that later.
So we have two of our board members who have been contested this year. So in May, we like to do the oath for those board members who were up for election, even though we didn't have one, not canvassing votes, so we just scrutiny in the term. So Ms. Mona Weezer will go ahead and read the oath. Mr. Frazier, Ms. Yolanda Garza, please.
By the power vested in me as Northern Public Servant for the great state of Texas, I hereby administer the oath to the newly elected Southwest Board of Trustees. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully execute the duties of the office of trustee for the Southwest Independent School District for the state of Texas, and will, to the best of your ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of the state? And do you furthermore solemnly swear that you have not directly nor indirectly paid, offered, or promised to pay, contributed, nor promised to contribute any money or valuable thing, or promised any public office or employment as a reward for the giving or withholding a vote at the election at which you were elected, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Now the scary part.
Well, first we'd like to congratulate Mr. Frazier and Ms. Yolanda Garza Lopez. Congratulations. And so the floor has been turned over to me, and might keep it for a few minutes and get some items passed.
Go ahead.
But I'd like to open up the floor for nominations for the office of board president.
I nominate Mike Frazier for the office of president.
A second.
If there are no other nominations, do we have a motion? We do have a second motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. I turn the meeting back over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. I now open the nominations for vice president.
I'll nominate Sylvester Lofty, nominated Sylvester Lofty for vice president.
I second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. I now open nominations for secretary.
I nominate Ida Sidolka for secretary.
I second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, now I'll open the nominations for assistant secretary.
I nominate James Sullivan Jr. for Assistant Secretary.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
What's assistant secretary do?
I ain't figured it out yet. They told me to remember.
He's my helper when I need water, when I need a snack. Right, Jim?
Trust me, I've had that call.
You're a good man, sir. All right, the next things we need to go to is signatures.
Yes, sir. This is a form that we send to our bank for any changes made to the board or to the positions, and so we're just asking and recommending the board approve the resolution on board signatures.
Need a motion?
I move.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, recognitions, Dr. Versa.
Yes, sir. We're excited to have some really great recognitions this evening. We have some of our students of the month. We're going to hear our high school and academy graduation report, and we're also going to recognize officer that's here in our school district. It's something special really happened there. And also in the area of fine arts, we have a recognition coming up. So I'd like to turn it back over to Ms. Hernandez, and we'll begin our recognition.
First recognition of the night is with Spicewood Park Elementary. They are proud to recognize 5th grade student Eric Raspberry. Spicewood Park's 3 rules are to always be ready, respectful, and responsible. Eric exemplifies all of these qualities and demonstrates the kind of grit and determination we desire to see in every one of our students. Eric has advanced almost 2 reading levels in 1 year and frequently passes his spelling test on Thursdays during the pre-test because he is motivated to study throughout the week. One of Eric's greatest characteristics as a student is his inquisitiveness. Eric loves to ask questions to extend his learning. Eric recently competed in the SWISD Olympic Fiesta, where he placed 2nd in the 50-meter run and 2nd in the softball throw. Congratulations, Eric. Next, we have McNair Middle School, who would like to recognize Alexis Hansen. Alexis is an honor roll student with exemplary leadership skills by being in all GT PAP classes, and she was inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. Not only is Alexis an honor student, she also competes in advanced mariachi, A-team volleyball, and band. She has placed 1st in the science fair, sings for the choir at Our Lady of Grace, and she is currently competing in the honor band and mariachi competitions. In band, she has placed 1st out of 20 in the regional band in 8th grade, and when she was in 7th grade, she placed 6 out of 20. Alexis has a strong passion for helping people and a love for music. As a result, Alexis' future aspirations include attending the University of the Incarnate Word to study physical therapy and to continue her music career. Congratulations. We also were going to recognize our top 2 tonight, but I don't think they're here.
As involved as they are, I'm sure they're doing something.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we are going to bring up Principal Paul Black, and we're also going to ask Mr. J.J. Paris to come up with their graduation report.
Why don't we do a picture here?
We're taking a picture of them real quick. If parents want to grab 1, 2, then that way all have your cameras. 1, 2, 3.
So we'd also like to ask, before we turn over to the high school, would our parents of our students of the month, would you please stand up and be recognized? Parents of the month.
Hi, good evening. Southwest Academy, our graduation for this year, we're looking at graduating 75 students that are on track. We're looking really good. I know we're awaiting results from some of the ELA, but everybody seems to be on track. And there is, I know there's one of the projects that the students will be doing. One of our students is a SB 149 student. There was one that was pending, and we got results today, and so she's good to go. And we got a new one that came in from out of state that actually started taking classes here, and we're getting that project done. So we're looking at 75 graduates this year for Southwest Academy.
Thank you.
Good evening. I wish ours was only 75. You had 700 in front of that. We started the school year off with 746 seniors. We're at 766 as of right now. Next year's projected amount would be 868 seniors. So next year's group will be a really big group. There's 37 that are still pending some kind of testing. Hopefully with Senate Bill 149, we'll be able to get those 37 through. They're doing their projects. They're ready to go. We start those projects on Thursday and Friday. And then other than the normal pulling teeth, getting them to finish, all of the other ones that we're kicking in the tail to get it, finish up their stuff, but we should be set for a little over 700 by the time graduation gets here. So June 1st.
Thank you, sir.
And we have two more student recognitions. So our next one is the Southwest Academy honor grad, Matthew Castañeda. Matthew is interested in pursuing a career in robotics. In his pursuit of a bachelor's degree in robotics, Matthew will first enroll this fall at Palo Alto College. Matthew has stated that one of his strongest motivators is the belief that the constant pursuit of knowledge is important. One of the highlights of Matthew's senior year has been being able to volunteer at the San Antonio Food Bank as a member of his business practicum class at Southwest Academy. Matthew has also participated in the Superintendent's Advisory Council throughout his career at Southwest Academy. Congratulations, Mr. Matthew Castañeda. We also have a fine arts recognition today. So if we can have Miss Kiara Johnson. On May 12, 2017, Southwest High School received a call that sophomore Kiara Johnson won the Congressional Art Competition for 2017. Each spring, the Congressional Institute sponsors a nationwide high school visual art competition to recognize and encourage artistic talent in the nation and in each congressional district. Since the Artistic Discovery Competition began in 1982, more than 650,000 high school students have participated. Students submit entries to their representative's office, and panels of district artists select the winning entries. Winners are recognized both in their district at an annual award ceremony in Washington, D.C. The winning works are displayed for 1 year at the U.S. Capitol.
Wow.
Nice. Pretty fancy.
We don't have. We'll ask them.
To our parents of Matthew and Kiara, would y'all please stand and be recognized?
Okay, so our next recognition is for Relay for Life, and I'm going to ask Miss Eliza Battle to come up here for that portion.
Good evening. Well, on April 7th, Southwest ISD had the 12th annual Relay for Life. Teams fundraised all year long to relay from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. to raise money to help the fight against cancer. This year, Relay Lead Committee set a goal of $45,000. With the support of Southwest ISD community, we were able to surpass that goal and raise $53,183.80. Woo! We want to thank your district for allowing us to have this event for the past 12 years. Without your support, we would not be successful. Tonight, we would like to also give a special recognition to the 3 teams that went over and beyond. They worked hard all year long and had some very creative fundraising ideas that proved to be successful by the amount of the money the teams raised. These amounts would not be possible without the support of the administration, faculty, and the students. It is truly a campus effort to make this a big difference. And it takes a special people to lead the team all year long. Because of this is not done in just one day. When I call your name, please come up to receive a token of appreciation from us. Thank you very much for your support. Indian Creek Elementary team captain is Annie Light. Isabel Sanchez is here. Walking Braves raised $9,740. Sun Valley Elementary, team captain was Shannon Mullins. Sun Valley raised $8,754. Sky Harbor Elementary, team captain was Angelica Angulo, and her place is Stephanie Theffold. Dynamic Dolphins raised $7,454. Combined, these teams raised $25,948, almost half of our total relay amount. Thank you very much.
Sure. So do we have any parents?
There are kids here.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, great job.
And for our final recognition of the night, I'm going to ask our Chief of Police, Richard Palomo, to please come to the podium.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, members of the board, Dr. B. It is a pleasure and honor to be here tonight to recognize our police department. This is National Police Week, so I want to make sure that we take time to recognize our police department. These folks do a wonderful job. Our men and women, they do a great job of keeping our staff and kids safe. So if you're here, if you're a police officer, please stand up to be recognized.
All right.
This is a first for Southwest ISD. We had an opportunity to nominate one of our police officers. So it was really difficult because I wanted to nominate all of them. In my book, they're all MVPs and they're worthy of this award, but we can only nominate one. So we nominated Officer Armando Hernandez, who's assigned to Scobie Middle School. He's been with the police department for 6 years. He goes above and beyond. He leads by example. He's a true professional. And we had his principal write a really nice letter about the work that he does at Scobie and keeping the staff and students safe. So I would like to take this time to recognize Officer Armando Hernandez. Please stand up for recognition, sir. Last week, he was treated to a nice luncheon at Oak Hills Country Club. He was there with SAPD, Bexar County Sheriff's Office, DPS, FBI, and we're just really proud that this is a first for Southwest ISD, and there's more to come. He was worthy of this award. Thank you very much for having us here tonight.
Good job, sir. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna take it next. So we go. I'm recognizing myself next. Yeah, I'm recognizing. Only myself the underachievement award.
First photo I take with Officer of the Year.
Thank you, sir.
That's my fifth. That'd be my fifth picture with the officer. Or I got in trouble.
Yeah, and I thank everybody for their support and working for this district. It's an honor. My family too as well. You know, it's kind of tough balance and everything, but you know, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. I work for this district, and it's all right. I continue to do my job to the best of my expertise.
All right, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank Chief and our whole police department. You guys do an exceptional job. I'm going to tell you, when I walked in here and saw all you in here, I thought Mr. Fraser Mason was mad. That's not the case. It's really great to see you, Mr. President. That concludes our recognition.
Thank you, sir. All right, the next thing on the agenda is citizens to be heard. Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir, we have Susan Salinas, who's USTA.
You want to let folks go? I was going to do it after this. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Good evening, members of the board, superintendent, members of the audience. My name is Susan Salinas. I'm with the Texas State Teachers Association, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about one of the items on the agenda, which is the District of Innovation. The legislation created the District of Innovation, and it was passed with a clear intent to involve all stakeholders, school officials, teachers, community members, and parents. It's in an effort to improve the quality of education for our children. The fact that the new law requires an innovation plan to be approved by the district statewide state-based committee. It's a committee that includes all stakeholders and should have teachers that were elected by their peers, and 2/3 of those should be teachers. It also has parents, community members on this committee also. In fact, The first purpose of an intervention plan listed in the bill refers to the developing of an innovative curriculum, instructional methods, and provisions regarding community participation, campus governance, and parental involvement. Innovation is great. Teachers do it now, and we do not object to innovation. The problem that we have seen with plans that have been passed by other districts is not being innovative. What they're doing is deciding not to follow state law. So some things an innovation plan can do that we are against is cutting costs by increasing class sizes, not lowering them, but increasing at the elementary. So you don't have to follow the provisions of 22-1. That's one thing an innovation plan can do that we object to. The other thing that we see school districts do that have passed these plans is hire teachers without certifications in certain programs. We believe all teachers hired by a school district should be highly qualified and certified. We do not believe an intervention plan should do away with that piece of the law. The other thing is teacher contracts, planning time, lunch duties, and parental rights. If you want to create a plan that discusses other issues besides those, then TSA has no problems with that and we'll be glad to help. But anything that takes away the state laws that currently exist to be a district innovation, I would love to see that. Because so far, districts have submitted just to know they don't want to follow law on class size, teacher contracts, or hiring people with certifications. We know Southwest does not do those things. We haven't seen the plan, but we're hoping the district will work with the site-based teams and so that we have a truly innovative plan that does not harm the employees and actually helps our kids. The other thing is we would like you to look at your site-based decision-making teams. The district one is elected. The concern is at the campus level, they're not necessarily elected. Usually they're appointed. If you're the grade level chair, you're on the committee, or we just raise our hands who wants to be it. The law says they be elected. So for us to have a truly bodied committee at the campus level, we were hoping the district will double check, make sure that all the elementary and secondary campuses have elected their campus site-based teams before this intervention goes to the team for input. So we will be glad to work with the district. We have a lot of ideas that we've shared with another district on how to be an innovative that we think would help the teachers and the students have a better education and a better learning environment. Thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. The next thing on the agenda is the consent. You've had it in front of you, board members. Do you have any questions or anything on the consent agenda?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, then we go in down to items of information, and the first thing is construction.
Yes, sir. We have Mr. Barajas who's going to give us an update on some.
Today, we're going to start off with the technology building. And we have Mr. Jorge Flores to give us the technology building update.
I've heard very good things about that.
Yes. And you guys have the handout of the report.
This one here.
Mr. Fraser, good evening. Congratulations for your new position. Dr. Bistrup, members of the board. I'm glad to inform you tonight that the building is complete. We received from the general contractor the request for the substantial completion inspection that is going to be conducted this Thursday. And we will note in a list all the deficiencies of the building, and if it applies, we will issue the certificate of substantial completion, and the contractor will have some time, like I believe it's 20 days, to complete all the list that is reported And that will conclude this building. In the last report, we were just taking some pictures of the items that we believe is not in compliance with the request for the contractor, but this was on May 9th. The request for the substantial completion inspection has been received this afternoon, and we are evaluating if it is complete. The contractor sent a list of all the items scratched off. So if that's the case, we will conduct this substantial completion. It's 45 days ahead. Contractor finished 45 days ahead of the time.
It's a lot better than what we've been hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Got a
also,
couple of schools that are in the other direction.
correct. And it's also within the budget. We never request for a change of the contract budget, so it is very satisfied with the work.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Anybody have questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
We'll see you next building.
We're going to kind of change right now. We're going to go back to recognitions. Dr. Versta.
Yes, Mr. Mendez has indicated that one of our high school students has arrived.
Okay.
Yes.
We're very happy to take a pause and recognize Mr. Diego, and I'll just turn it back over to Mr. Mendez.
Yes. So Diego Lomeli is a valedictorian for the Southwest High School, class of 2017. So I'd like to welcome him up. He not only has the highest GPA of the entire senior class of a 4.3, but he also has one of the highest SAT scores in the country by being a National Hispanic Merit Scholar and a National Merit Scholar qualifier. In addition to excelling on the SAT, Diego also tested remarkably well on the advanced placement exams and earned an advanced placement scholar with distinction recognition. This means he passed all 6 of his AP exams thus far. Besides academics, Diego is also a very talented actor, singer, piano, and saxophone player. He is the president of the National Technical Honor Society, member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society, and has participated in sports and UIL one-act plays. Anyone who meets Diego will be touched by his genuineness, his optimism, and the love he has for his family.
Tell ladies in the audience, you might be coming around. He's on the road.
Diego will be attending Columbia University in New York, where he will study business administration. Congratulations.
First of all, I'm sorry for being severely underdressed. But thank you guys for having me. This is a huge honor. It's an honor to represent Southwest. I promise you I'll represent it well once I move on from here. Thank you guys for all the support you've given. Thank you for giving us the chance to grow in one of the best districts in all of Texas. It means a lot. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Ladies, you have your parents with you?
I have my father. This is all for him.
Please stand so we can recognize you. Before Diego leaves Southwest, we're actually going to use him. He's going to MC the Ace car race on Friday. I don't know if you knew that, but you are. He does a lot of great things for Southwest, and really, your legacy is to leave the place better than where you found it. You definitely is leaving your legacy. So thank you for everything you've done, for your leadership, for everything you will do in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, what else?
Now to follow that.
Back to construction, sir.
Back to construction. The Legacy High School, unfortunately, we don't have the certificate of occupancy yet for the project. We're still dealing with fire marshal and now the cities of San Antonio fire marshal. So we have 2 lists that we have compiled, and we're going item by item and discussing that. So
Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll have it completed.
yes, and we're working on it day to day to knock out items And we've gotten some rulings and some agreements on items, so we're ready to move forward and get those done. So we'll schedule them and we'll keep you guys updated on when the final walk will be.
However, there is furniture being placed in the building.
Yes, so the fire marshal has allowed us to do all of the moving that's necessary, all of the equipment, excuse me, projectors, all of the administration furniture is in, teacher desk are in, the filing cabinets, all of the student chairs, with the exception of a couple of bar stools. But the building is getting fully equipped right now, both technology, media, fine arts, performing arts, everybody's taking their items, athletics. So there's still quite a bit of movement around. We just can't have Ms. Chavera and other staff occupy the space, unfortunately. But other than that, we're moving forward, and it's allowing us to do what we need to do.
You know, there's a lot of land out there. I wonder if you and Thomas could kind of solve our problem on that.
We know a couple of people out there, neighbors of ours, could, but they have GPS. So.
The other, one other thing I was going to just mention, we have issued all the boxes, labels, and packing supplies to 9th grade campus. We still owe it to the academy. We ran short on a few boxes, so they should be coming in this week. Once school's out, we're going to clear the Career and Technology building, use the back hallway of the high school as a storage area for all the furniture and everything that comes out of there, so we can do that renovation. And then from there, we'll move on to all the other moves that we're taking people different places. So it's going to be kind of a facilities and maintenance moving department this year.
Be a little busy.
So, but just, everybody's already starting to pack now that testing is over. For the most part, we're moving on with that. So.
And just another update on Southwest High School Phase 1. We paid the fees for the permit, for the construction permit. Those were taken in by the fire marshal yesterday.
You know how to read the prints?
The what?
You know
I
how to
think
read
I'm going to sit down with him and do a little crash course. So,
He's good, sir. He's going to be good this time.
but that's the update on Phase 1. Thank you.
All right, the next thing is the tax report.
We're up 0.5%, sir.
Well, where'd it go, Brad?
Thank you, sir. We're up 0.5%.
All right, board members, financial report, investment, gifts, enrollment. Stop me if you have questions. Purchases over 50,000. Y'all look over those. Do you have any questions? Calendar of events, which are about 3 things going every night. Questions on that? All right, CTE overnight trip.
Yeah, that is just an overnight trip that was actually approved back in September on the 20th at our board meeting, and there's actually been a change in location, and confirmation of the date and time of the event has changed. And so you will see that originally it was supposed to be in Hunt, Texas. That's moved to Burnett. And I believe time has been set already, 7 a.m. And so this is for Skills USA VICA. And so it's just an information item. Thank you.
All right, moving on to superintendents. I guess we have more than one. Moving on to item B, board members' nomination to fill the position on the TASB Board of Directors.
Yes, sir, that's normally an item that Mr. Vasquez
Yes.
does. I see that he is not in his place tonight, so basically, we're asking for if there's any board members who are interested in running for the delegate nomination that's coming open in Region 20. The position A.
I'm not interested at this time.
You sure, Flo?
Yeah. And if we do not have a Southwest ISD trustee interested in running for that position, that the current member, Melinda Schmidt from Kerrville ISD, is seeking for re-election, and we would give her our support if we're not interested in running a candidate.
Anybody have any questions on anybody else? Anybody else? All right, I need a motion.
I move that we nominate him. Or we support her.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, moving to C, nominating a delegate and an alternate for the TASB assembly this next year.
Yes, sir. Last year, this is for the state convention in Dallas. This last year, Mr. Wenderber now ran with the delegate from Southwest ISD on the TASB delegation, and Ms. Carla Lopez was the alternate. And so we're bringing that to see if there's a nomination.
Interested?
Flo, you good? Yeah, we're good.
All right, need a motion.
I nominate Flo and Yolanda.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving down to item resources, district innovation plan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Frazier and the board. We met with the District Innovation Committee last evening, actually, to do the final document that had been posted for 30 days on the website and disseminated. It was a unanimous vote to pass it and to ask for the board approval.
Board members, do you have any questions? You've had that in front of you for a while. Need a motion?
I move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving down to business and financing, bank services.
Yes, sir. According to Texas Education Code, districts must go out for bid or proposal for bank depository contracts. Currently, we've been contracted with Wells Fargo for the last 6 years. Within the contract, you're allowed 2-year contract plus two-year extensions. We've exhausted our extensions, and so required by law, we have to go out for bid or RFP. So back on April 13th, we released an RFP for bank proposals. We got 4 proposals back. The 4 vendors were Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, BBVA, and BB&T. After the evaluation of potential earnings, services offered, cost of services, and collateralization, the district is recommending that to the board that the district move forward with BBVA as the new bank depository for the district starting on September 1. That'll run for 2 years.
There was quite a bit of difference in that, too.
Correct. And the biggest overwhelming factor was pricing and the regulatory fee that we're being charged for banking services. And so.
They had done a service for a long time, but
Correct.
we kind of got to go with where the money is.
Yes, sir.
All right, I need a motion.
I move.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Buses.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have Mr. Boggio come up and make a recommendation on purchase of school buses.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We're asking the board to consider the purchase of 8 new school buses for the coming year, 6 regular service buses and 2 special needs buses. In addition, we're asking for the consideration of approving the retrofit of 6 of the regular buses.
That'll be the next item.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the buses that we have coming in we're ordering them so that rather than waiting through the entire school year, we're going to order them up front, and we will have them, according to Thomas, by the beginning of the school year. We know for sure we will have 3. We could get them as soon as this purchase is approved, if it's approved, and 3 that would come in for the start of the new school year. They would be all of those buses would be equipped with air conditioning as well.
Normally, we've been waiting till September. This is 2012. This will be the last purchase for buses for the bond funds. And we normally wait till September. What we found out the last 2 times we've purchased buses in September, we're not getting them till February, which is, we're with the new schools opening up and routes and just the things that are going on with transportation, we would like to get these buses sooner. So we want to move now so that when we get to August, we have these buses ready to go in our fleet for the new routes. And so that's why we're bringing it a little bit earlier than normal. But this will be kind of our last purchase with the bond funds that are available for transportation and buses. So.
We're really going to be working hard with putting this together with 2 high schools now, aren't you?
Yes, sir. We think we've got it. The only things we're concerned about is the movement of special needs kids. We have essentially right now we have the route split down the middle. Half will cover Legacy, approximately half will cover the high school. Unfortunately, because we have the 3 the 3 grade levels. We've got those buses going to be doing double stops, one at Legacy, one at Southwest High School. But at this point in time, we think we've got it covered.
Okay, great.
The purchase of the buses will greatly assist us in that manner, because we do have a considerable number of our buses starting to age out. So we'll be real happy with the purchase, especially to start the year.
Okay, I need a motion.
I move. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to go on and purchase those buses now. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Air condition.
The second issue is that, as Mr. Chris pointed out, we've basically extinguished the bond monies that were allocated for all our buses, approximately $3 million, $3.1 million to be exact. We had basically a little leftover from the purchases. And we talked to Thomas, and what we're going to do is get 6 of our newer buses, Thomas buses, the last purchase that was not air conditioned, and they will retrofit them for the cost of the remaining dollars that we have in the bond. So we'll come down in total with if this purchase is approved, we'll have 16 of our regular school buses with air conditioning. That's in a short, basically 2 years that we've gotten there. So I'm pretty happy with that jump from essentially 0 to 16 in a relatively short time. And as you know, all our special needs buses come equipped with air conditioning, and it doesn't include any of those.
Questions? Your motion.
I move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to curriculum and instruction. Item A.
Yes, item A is something that we will probably be moving to the consent agenda, and this is basically, we need board approval to name Adela Frias as the superintendent's designee to approve staffing requests in the TEA Teal website. And so that's what we're asking tonight.
You've been doing that role for
Yeah.
the past 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So it was an annual.
Yeah.
It's a secure site, so it requires us to inform the board and get action by the board to stay on the
All right, need a motion.
I move. A second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item B, visual arts studio equipment.
And my partner Brandon is going to present that.
This is a purchase for the new visual arts studio. And this purchase is, as we move that program into Legacy High School, the existing program at Southwest High School is staying. So we're going to have duplicate programs. And so this is the equipment. It basically has 2 camera systems and a control board to run the state-of-the-art production studio. And so this is the equipment to make that happen. And it's the overall price is $82,000 from CTE funds that will be used. And we're asking the board to approve the purchase and installation of, of the visual arts studio control room equipment for Legacy High School.
Questions?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Excuse me. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Item C, we're going to table. And the next thing after that is, are there any questions? And the superintendent's 2 more things.
So this Thursday is our senior walk on the arches that Mr. Block and Company have been busy bringing together, and promised us to be a really grand event. Reminder to our trustees that this will be the first time that we actually will have one brand new car that starts for the students. At this event, we're also selecting the teachers and support staff who will be actually, they'll know who they are, but they won't be starting their car until convocation. So we have that change going on.
Oh, that's
So when
right.
you come to the event, you see one car purposeful,
Mhm.
but it's not missing. We're putting it back for the convocation time. So that's Thursday. The festivities begin about 5:15. Our students walk between 7:15, and we end up back in the Southwest Stadium. Friday, May 19th, we have the inaugural Alamo City Electrothon car race, which is the first in San Antonio, first of what we hope to be many more, and include the state and even press conference beginning at 9:30 with a race starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we would like any of our trustees who can be at that event to please stop by. If you can't make the first one, there's a second race of the day, starts at 1 p.m. Between the two races, we also have a number of our elementary students who are bringing their model silver cars to race, kind of as a lunch activity, and then we'll get the big cars back on. The Southwest High School car will be at the race. It will not participate in the race because of the experience level of our students, but they are actually the shepherds of the race and will be helping all the other ISDs to include Edgewood, East Central, South Side, South San, and Somerset. And it will be a really great event and a really great thing to start. Would not be possible without the help of Toyota, who stepped forward with a $50,000 grant to make this come to fruition. And so, exciting event, exciting time. Also like to ask the school board to mark their calendars for May 22nd, I believe 10 a.m. The lights are still in there. We'll get this information to you. On that day at Southwest Legacy High School, there will be a very special announcement of a partnership, and it's kind of still a surprise, so we would like to just address it like that, leave it alone, but ask you to please be there.
Okay.
May 27th?
22nd.
22nd.
That will also include a lunch following the
At Toyota?
Southwest.
Legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can hear.
If the board shows up, what time are we supposed to be there that morning? You want us there at 8, 8:30?
Mona said 7 a.m. We'd like you there, if it's at 10 a.m. at 9:30 would be plenty of time. 9:30.
Anything else?
And we'll get all this to you in a email notification as well before the day.
I've got some.
Boys baseball.
Boys baseball, exactly. Boys baseball is still alive and well. Play Thursday night in Laredo, and then Friday at the Wolf and Saturday at the Wolf if we need.
Actually, they should end on.
Great experience.
We should end on Friday, correct.
This is the furthest our baseball team's
It's
ever
the
been in the
furthest
school
we've ever
district.
been, correct.
Third round, quarterfinal. Oh.
32 teams left after this weekend, it'll be Sweet 16.
Absolutely.
Anything else? All right, let me read these numbers. Under Texas Government Code 551.001-551.146, we go into executive session. Executive session is 10 minutes to 8. Go back to superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
I move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor, James, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. Motion carried. What's your one more thing, sir?
No, we went through them before, we went and back to.
That was 3 more things. So.
Do y'all have any questions for us? I know there's a lot of activities going on.
We're good. I'm good.
Everybody, we're adjourned, let's say, at 9 minutes to 8.